Alright, YouTube land, we're back with another video. Today we've got a Striker SR490 sent in by Steve. Steve has sent us several radios. He's not really wanting a play-by-play video. All he's wanting was me to do the works to his radio like I do all his radios. Tune them up properly and do the receive upgrades and clean them up on the spectrum analyzer and all that. So that's all Steve wants us to do, and so that's what we've done. Now, I'm not doing a play-by-play on this video. We did on this radio, we did do a clip at the beginning that was showing when I took this radio out of the box when it got here the other day, when I first tested the radio. Quite frankly, this radio is one of the worst ones I've ever seen, which is the reason I'm making this video. I'd appreciate if you press play, that you guys take a few minutes to let me get a few things off my chest and listen to what I got to say, because quite frankly, it's not opinion, it's straight up fact. Okay, we're going to deal in fact and truth, which cannot be confused with bashing. It's not bashing anybody, it's the truth. It cannot be confused with drama. It's not drama, because it's the truth. Okay, you can Google Wikipedia, pretty good source. Properly tuned AM transmitter. Try that, or anything. It's going to talk about, one thing it's going to talk about is 4 times your resting carrier, which means dead key times 4 equals PEP power, or what a properly tuned AM transmitter should read. So what we're going to do real quick is I'm going to bust a few myths really quick, with some just straight out truth that's undeniable, that is always spoken. The myths are always spoken by people that don't know any better, or they're in denial. Okay, because they are an opinion. They're not truth. They're not fact. Myth number 1: installing MPC mods, clip-in modulation limiters can be good for a radio if it's done properly. That's teetotal crap. There's no reason why you should ever have to install an MPC mod or cut limiters in a radio. Every radio made is capable of being properly tuned to a 4 to 1, no matter what the power, with the variable from 0 all the way up. 1 watt swinging 4, 4 watt swinging 8, whatever you want to put it. 2 watts swinging 8, 8 watts swinging 32. Wherever you want to put the dead key, it should maintain a 4 to 1. There's no reason to ever do those mods. Myth number 2: it's going to drive a box harder. No, it's not going to. Well, yes, it's going to drive a box harder. That is true. It's going to cause excessive heat. That is true. Putting those mods in your radio causes excessive heat. It causes you to saturate the amplifier and show monkey watts on a meter, and that's the main reason why the people new to the hobby, or not even people that are new, that have never really been taught the way things work, how things properly work. They don't understand that. They think because that meter's moving or moving more, that they're doing better. Well, the spectrum analyzer, as you see in the first of this video, proves that more ain't always better. Just because it's showing a whole lot on that meter doesn't mean that power is going where it's supposed to be. It's kind of like seen a analogy or an example on Facebook the other day. A guy said, and he was exactly right. Okay, he was exactly right. A race car driver, dragster, spinning his wheels down the track. It ain't nothing but wasted energy and burning up the slicks. And they're very expensive. If you've ever raced and you bolted on a set of Mickey Thompsons on your ride to, hook up down the track better, if you're spinning all the way down the track, well, you're pretty much burning money. And that's just period. You're supposed to burn out a couple of times so you can hook up. I usually just did it once when I was drag racing. That way you can get a good hookup. You don't want to be spinning and burning your tires all the way down the track. That ain't no good for you. Same thing with MPC mods and hack mods. They're not doing you any good. They're not letting you get out any better locally or in skip. Which brings me through my third myth that's often said by people that are trying to defend their hack techs, because they know what they've got in their radios, or they know what mods that the techs put in their radios. And that is, well, I just go by what I hear in DX land. That's proof enough for me. Well, you're not going by anything that's scientific if you're going by, or proper if you're going by what's in DX land. Simple for the fact is the tech that tunes your radio has no control over propagation. There's no special mod that controls propagation that allows him to get any better than anybody else. All that does, actually, those hacks, all they do is lessen your chances of being able to catch a skip, and because the power is being splattered instead of being on frequency. So that myth about I just go by who I hear in DX land, that's the biggest joke that was ever told. It's almost funny, because Mother Nature has full control of who you hear. It don't matter if you're on channel 6. Yeah, now if we're talking power, like on channel 6, sure, people can muscle their way through. But there's a big difference, and even if you are doing 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 watts, you still can run clean. And the guy running 20,000 watts clean is going to do a hell of a lot better than the guy doing 40,000 watts splattering 40 frequencies, other than he's plugging ears. That's all it's good for. So anyway, we just wanted to bust a few of those myths, and the last one I want to get to is somebody defending their technician, saying, well, what if the person asked for those mods? All I can say to that is a professional is never going to do anything to the radio that would adversely affect how the radio operates. A professional is never going to install hack mods, no matter. A real technician, a guy that's went to school, got the education, knows electronics, understands amplitude modulation, will never, an engineer, none of these guys will ever say it's acceptable to run hack mods. Nor will they install them in people's radios. It just won't happen. They're going to tell you need to go somewhere else, and that's just the truth. So, that again is money is the root of all evil. The whole reason why they're doing those mods is to show you a bunch of monkey watts on a meter. That's all it's for. So, anyway, I don't want to take any much more of your time. I went 7 minutes here. I hope that it was informative. Now we're going to show a clip to drive the point home. We're using this radio here, driving a 5-pill that I just built. This radio with the variable set, it maintains 100% modulation or close to it. So with a 2-watt dead key, this radio modulates about 8 or 9 watts. So that's what we're putting in there. We're going to show you that if your amplifier is built properly, if it doesn't have any reflect, you don't need a bunch of swing watts, you don't need a bunch of hack in your radio to have literally 100 times multiplication. In other words, 9 watts in, 800 watts out, PEP power. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Without y'all, there ain't me. I've said all I'm going to say. We're going to jump to this other video, the other clip real quick. And I hope this was informative. It ain't nothing but the truth. It ain't no drama. It ain't no bashing. You know, it ain't none of the above. If your technician is installing those mods and he's a joke, it's just the truth. That's not an opinion. It's just the way it is. So, y'all have a good one. Be safe, be careful, and be kind. And I'm gone. Y'all watch the rest of this clip. Alright, so we got a 5-pill 11446 DEI with 4 HG2879s being driven by a Cobra 29LX with a HG 1969 final. Got a standard Bird 43 no PEP kit going into this, going on the input side of this box to show input, drive, and reflect. This is the jumper to the radio. So facing this way is forward, facing this way is reflected, because we've got it hooked up backwards, as you can see. Got a 50-watt slug here just to show 50-watt slug. Hello. About 8 watts PEP drive is all we're putting into this thing from about a 2-watt dead key. Here's the reflect passing through the box. Hello, 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 hello. It don't even move. We'll turn the box on. Turn the box on. We'll put a 500 watt slug in up here. This is in PEP. Hello. 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 As you can see, it slams, buries the 500 in the corner. This is on 14.1 volts. Here's the reflected power on the input of the box. Hello. 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 Not hardly anything at all. It's on a 5 watt slug. So let's see here. So we're dead keying about 225. Hello. Modulating about 800. So that's with 8 watts of drive. Modulating 800 watts forward PEP. Now, I'll do a video. I've got to bias this amp. I'm biasing it today, and then we'll do a video with spectrum analyzers and scopes and all that. But that right there is what we got going on. Just want to show you guys, you don't have to have, once again, you don't have to have no big watt radio to make your amplifiers run. Anytime these 2879s are doing close to 200 watts PEP per transistor, which is about the average on 14 volts for one of these finals. That's not exaggerated watts or anything else. We're putting about 80 watts PEP drive into it from a DEI 1446. So, I mean, you know, got a little drive going there. We got to get it biased, but just kind of hammering the point home, you guys. Everybody thinks they have to have a super hot hacked up radio with swing kits and MPC mods. You don't. This only has a variable. There's no swing capacitors or no bullshit in that radio. It's an 8, you know, it's doing 8 watts to drive this amp. That's all you need.